Rogue Ace here, bringing you another X and Y Wi-Fi battle. This battle was recorded about 3 months ago. I wasn't planning on uploading it because, in all honesty, it wasn't a very good battle, but I haven't uploaded in 3 months, and I feel kind of bad about that. I took about a 2-month break from playing competitively, only playing in that time frame a few times. But I've been getting back into it and battling more. So hopefully, and since it's summer, hopefully I can bring a lot more battles to my channel. That way my channel can grow, thanks to all the supporters. So this is, I believe in one of my other videos I talked about a sort of league tournament thing I was in, and this is the team I was using for that. And this is the finals match. I made it all the way to the finals. My opponent, well, what scared me about his team is that he was able to draft a Porygon 2, a Blissey, an Aegislash, and a Talonflame in a draft, as in no one else had picked those up before him, and that was really shocking to me. But no matter. This was well, let's let you watch the battle. Starting, Cedo is issuing a challenge. Alright, so starting off, I lead with my Landorus. It's my safest lead, I assume. And he leads with Talonflame, which is excellent for me. Landorus is my dedicated counter/check. It's a counter, but it can't take it that much. And with that Intimidate, he's forced to get out of there. Fully defensive Landorus will just take whatever he has to eat. Whatever he has. And it's safest time for me to bring up my Stealth Rocks. To my knowledge, he has no defoggers, no rapid spinners on his team, and it's excellent for me because those rocks will destroy Talonflame, and I want that to happen. He goes for the Ice Beam. That's exactly why I switch out of there. Can't make any risks because I need the Landorus for his Talonflame. Conch Elder is a pretty safe switch for me. Ice Beam does very little because Assault Vest Conch Elder, as stereotypical as it is, I just love that thing. And I wanted to try getting rid of that Eviolite off of that Porygon 2 as fast as possible. I wasn't playing any games. I needed to get it out of there. And he was smart enough to bring out his Aegislash, or at least anything else to take the knockoff, because that would have really crippled his Porygon 2. And Weakness Policy activates. That's kind of scary, and I'm really hoping he's a physical set, otherwise a special or even a mixed set could really hurt my team. So I got into Landorus. Landorus gets the Intimidate. He's back down to only +1, and it seems he only is a physical set, otherwise he would have gone for something else. Unfortunately, I was over-predicting here. I get a crit on that U-turn, it really doesn't matter. I overpredicted, thought he'd probably want to switch out to preserve it or something like that. And I got into Gyarados to get that double Intimidate. Now his attack's just way back down. And then I decided this is a good time to Mega Evolve. Looking back, I probably could have saved it for a little longer, kept that Intimidate around, but it doesn't matter. And I Mega Evolve probably because I was probably assuming he was going to go for that Shadow Sneak to get some extra chip damage, so getting the Dark type up would be really advantageous for me. I didn't think he'd predict me and go for the Sacred Sword based on how he plays and how he will play. After getting one Dragonite's up, I can just go for the Earthquake. Earthquake obviously going to take out Aegislash from that low health in Blade form. And his Porygon 2 comes back in. That thing's an annoyance. And it traces Moldraker, which really won't affect me at all. I can't one-shot it, so I'm gonna get out of there. I'm predicting him to go for the Thunderbolt, because almost all Porygon 2s with offensive moves have the Bolt Beam combo, and Tri-Attack, Recover. Although I wonder if this one has Tri-Attack. And just to get a little bit more, my plan here, since he's playing so predictably at this point, my plan here is to get a little chip damage off with Landorus, coming in on a pretty safe switch. I didn't think he'd go for the Ice Beam, predicting Landorus. U-turn, gets a crit, really doesn't matter that much. Conk, and then I go safely out into Conk, who can really just take whatever he has. And then he goes for the Toxic, which is absolutely perfect. Now my Guts activates. Conk is a huge threat to his team at this point. I go for the Drain Punch, not wanting to mess around, nope, not playing games. And that Drain Punch does a lot to Talonflame. That was really great. And then the Poison activates, really doesn't matter. Unfortunately, Talonflame, of course, is still around and alive. I would have loved to just take it out at that point. Landorus is my pretty safe switch. I go out into Landorus, get the Intimidate off, and his Talonflame goes for the Roost. And I didn't like that. It was annoying. And it's going to be even more annoying once I figure out what item it is. I'm predicting him to want to switch out or something like that, so I'm just going to go for the safe knockoff. But in the long run, I shouldn't have. I wasn't expecting this, but he actually had a Choice Band on. And just like the last battle I uploaded, why Choice Banded Talonflame? I mean, Choice Banded Talonflame is actually a pretty good set, it's just the Roost. I can understand it somewhat, but anyway, he wants to get a little chip damage off on Landorus, goes out, U-turns out, and I was positive he was going to want to switch or something, so I just go for the U-turn. U-turn does a lot to that Hydreigon. Not even a crit. And then I'm safe and free to go out into Conkeldurr. And Conkeldurr Guts boosted. Mach Punch. Mach Punch is going to easily KO, and I don't want to play any games. Not playing anything except Pokemon. And just want to get that Mach Punch off. Hydreigon goes down. And that's pretty great for me. Another Aegislash down. Aegislash is a threat. And now that thing is down. And here's where Conkeldurr really shows how effective it is in this battle. His Electivire, go ahead and uses Wild Charge. Electivire is pretty good, and I did not think he was going to be able to kill me, and he didn't. That Life Orb Soil plus the Wild Charge Soil puts him easily in a range where Drain Punch should be able to kill. I don't get very much HP back from it, but no matter. And the poison starts to really rack up. So I know that I'm probably, unless he makes a stupid switch out in a Blissey or something, I'm going to have to get out of there. And that's exactly what I do. Talonflame comes out, I don't want to deal with Talonflame. I just go, as predictable as it is, I just go into my dedicated check, somewhat counter to Talonflame. And then it's a safe opportunity for him to Roost. That's a fair play. And I get my leftovers back. I'm getting steadily gaining HP back, which is pretty nice, because, as I said, Landorus, while it is somewhat of a counter to that Talonflame, it can't deal with it forever. So he goes up for the U-turn. That's pretty perfect for me, but except I had predicted him to go for the Roost again, possibly getting a little greedy, and I just go for the Earthquake, since no flying immunity on Roost. But it didn't work out for me. In this part, it didn't work out for me. Landorus gets some HP back with leftovers. I just go for the safe U-turn. I know I outspeed him. Get a little chip damage off from that Porygon too, because it's very much of an annoyance. And here I go out into Clefable. Conk probably would have been a better switch in overall, because wait, no, never mind, because Conkeldurr was at such low HP. Probably not. Clefable is my special defensive pivot. It can easily take whatever this Porygon 2 has to throw at it. And he's just going to go for Recover, which I expected. But luckily I hit my Toxic, and that's the whole reason I wanted to bring in Clefable. Getting Toxic off on that Porygon 2 is going to be really huge for me. In most cases, it probably would be. And I'm really happy about getting that Toxic off on it because I just want to wear it down. And he goes out into Talonflame, which I guess can be a fair play, but if I had gone for the Moonblast, then I would have just, if I had gone for Moonblast, I would have been bye-bye Talonflame. So, it worked out for him, but I don't think it was a very good prediction overall. I'm brought up back to full health, and I make a questionable play now that I look at it. He goes right for Roost, which is expected, and I stay in and go for the Toxic, rather than, oh, I don't know, trying to go out into Landorus. Landorus probably would have been very optimal because I would have been able to get that, pass that wish off to him. That really would have been helpful. I mean, he's not at very low health, but it still would have been a better play. And here's probably where I realize that. I go for the second wish. In this one, I'm not going to waste. The poison's starting to do a lot better for me against that thing. He goes out into Fumiko, his Blissey. That pink blob, it can be such annoyance, but it won't be that much in this battle. Here I wish pass into Landorus. Landorus gets off that useless Intimidate. Yeah, that base 10 attack power really helps Blissey. And I get my wish off. Wish really helps out there. And I know I'm defensive, despite how much raw attack power Landorus has. One Earthquake's not going to KO. And I could tell by how much that U-turn did. And Clefable's a pretty safe switch in case you wanted to status me or anything like that. And that's where it was pretty annoying, because he reveals the aromatherapy, which I could have expected as much. And all that Toxic was for nothing. But no worries, because Clefable can outstall that thing in the worst case scenario. Plus I've got all 6 members of my team left, and he only has 3, I believe. And yeah. I go for the wish again. Probably gonna try to switch. Probably gonna pass that over to. No, rather than Conk, I figured it would be a lot safer to pass it off to Gyarados. And I guess it was pretty safe. He goes for the Ice Beam, and judging that he's only gone, the only moves he has gone for, he has Recover, he has Toxic, and then he has Bolt Beam. No Tri-Attack, which I don't, I disagree with. I personally think Tri-Attack is pretty good on Porygon 2. And I think it's pretty safe here to just Dragon Dance up with Mega Gyarados. I know Mega Gyarados has pretty nice special bulk. I have a little bit of HP investment. I can take at least 2 Thunderbolts. And I do. That last, unfortunately, that thing is so bulky that the first waterfall, even with a crit, couldn't take it out. And he goes out in Talonflame. Obvious Brave Bird is coming, so I'm just gonna go out into Landorus. Landorus is at full health. Get that Intimidate off, and the Brave Bird will not be doing anything, really, to me. And at this point, I know the game is won. He probably knows the game. I have the game, and I'm trying to preserve a 6-0. It can be kind of douchey sometimes, I guess, but oh well. If I have to choose between keeping a 6-0 or in risking the match or just winning the match, sure, I'll try to just win the match either way. But enough of that. I predict him to go for the Roost, because that was all he really could do. Either Roost or switch out. Or he could have switched out into Blissey, and I could have torn a hole into that Blissey. And Earthquake was a very safe move. And he did go for the Roost. Earthquake hits him, knocked by Talonflame. Get a lot of damage off on that Blissey with the U-turn. And then I go out and Starmie, wanting Starmie to get some action in this battle. Volcarona and Starmie hadn't come out at all. And I'm assuming his main attack is flamethrower if he's going for that. He probably doesn't have Ice Beam or anything. And Starmie's pretty safe in here, I guess. Yeah. I have the Psyshock. I know it's not going to kill him because of all that HP, but he goes for the Toxic. And Recover Stalling would have been the best way for him to have a chance at surviving, but in the end, it wouldn't have mattered. It just would have prolonged the battle slightly longer. So, oh well. He's at such a low health that now Psyshock will be able to take it. The second Psyshock will be able to take it out. And then that's the end of the match. That's all 35 turns of this battle. And then I win. I win the match. I win the little league thing, I guess. It was pretty nice. And like I said, I wasn't planning on uploading this battle, but I haven't uploaded in a while, and I want to get some more good battles. I might even try getting battles with bigger YouTubers, I guess, maybe? I don't know. I'll decide all this. So, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe if you like my videos and stuff. See you next time.